Alright guys, let's get some PvP footage in. Honestly, it wasn't super competitive or anything like that, but we did kill that player and take all of his seeds. Here's like another clip of the player actually fighting a boss, but then I just jumped the player because he was in the middle of fighting the boss, and we took all of his seeds once again. As you know, there's limited access, so I kind of killed the same guy that would just happen to be there again and again. But one thing that is cool with PvP is you're going to be able to see when someone is trying to turn in this section over here of these shards. So you can see it's marked in orange, and you can see he was trying to turn in to get his currency, and I jumped him once again. I honestly felt kind of bad because it's the same guy that we've been kind of rolling, but it is because, well, there wasn't that many people that had access to, of course, the earlier review copy, so there we go. We killed him again. So let me go and actually show you guys the boss, because I think that's going to be something that I think a lot of people do want to see. So there is a boss in PvP, and he's a little bit dangerous to fight because obviously it's going to take more time than a regular mob, and therefore you're going to have a lot of people maybe kind of waiting on the outskirts, wait for you to get maybe low from the boss fight, and they would jump you because you know, that would be the goal of PvP, is to try to strike them when they're down, and maybe you're doing all of the work and they just take all of the rewards. So how PvP works, because you saw me show off some clips in the very beginning where we were actually playing PvP, but that's legitimately the PvP footage that I have for the closed review copy of the game. So in terms of PvP, how does it actually work? You're seeing that there are these things called Seeds of Hatred. So these are the special currencies that are in the PvP zones, and they're actually kind of tied to your Grim Favors. So if you kill the boss, you can get 5 Grim Favors. If you turn in, and it is part of the quest to actually turn in any Seeds of Hatred, you can literally turn in 1 Seed of Hatred. You will get the 3 Grim Favors. If you guys don't know what Grim Favors are, once you complete 10, you basically get a bounty cash reward. So PvP is actually by far the fastest way, I think, to complete your Grim Favors, unless you have like a super good party and you're just rolling dungeons again and again, and it happens to be the dungeon. But for the most part, if you want to get your Grim Favors done really fast, PvP is actually the fastest way to do it, especially with the 3, where you literally can kill 1 monster. It can just drop a couple seeds, you pick it up, and you turn it in. So here's just the boss fight. I'm going to fast forward it. There's nothing really too special. He does a ground slam attack and throws up a pool of AoE, then he just starts launching a little acid blobs around. It's nothing too different from what you've already seen in the game, but sometimes you do have to position in an area where you're just not taking the AoE, because it does add up eventually, unless you have a bunch of recovery options for your class. But basically, you kill him, and I'm going to at least show you guys the drops, because it's like almost at the point where we're getting some drops over here. And the boss is dead, and he's going to be dropping. You can see he dropped a sacred armor over there, but for the most part, that's the boss. So one thing I wanted to mention is you can turn in any amount. So once you grab your seeds, what you got to do is you got to go to this altar of extraction, and you're going to be channeling this ability. I'm literally turning in 35 over here. I was kind of testing, do I get the full reward if I just literally turn in just any amount? Does it give me any more? No. You will get 3 Grim Favors when you complete the purification of the seeds, I guess is the correct wording. So you got to wait, like, was it 40 seconds, 45 seconds, and you wait, and people can't attack you. Like, I jumped that other guy that was waiting. He was just kind of AFK. He wasn't ready for me. But it will tell everyone you're turning it in. So if people want to be mean, yes. But you also have to mark yourself to do PvP. So that is something that you're going to have to do. If you don't mark yourself, no one marks yourself, then you will not encounter PvP. So you could go to the PvP zone and basically not PvP, which makes no sense, but you could do it because you have to actually turn that on. And I'll show you guys the PvP differences, because there is actually maybe a nerf and a buff, depending on the way you look at it, and you can get rewards. So there's me. I just finished turning in the seeds. So what can you get with these seeds? Let me go ahead and actually show you guys. So what can you buy? So you can see over here, it's literally the Obols vendor, but they take these red dust, these red shards, kind of like blood shards if you play D3. They can only be used at the vendor. There's nothing special that you can buy. You can get legendaries. I don't know if I buy stuff in this video. I have like so many clips, to be honest. But yeah, you can get items. You can get legendaries off of this. You can also just get cosmetics, but that would be the different things that you can get with this. So if I go to I think it's this one over here. I want to show you guys the actual changes. So let me pause it here. So you can see if you mark yourself, you're going to be able to do PvP. So you get plus 20% damage over time. So that's a buff. So bleed, poison would be the two ones. Burning, that would be a damage over time effect. Then you have plus 40 controlled impaired duration reduction. So that means anything that's going to stun, freeze, daze, anything that's a crowd impaired duration, that is a 40% reduction. But you can actually increase it with your build, so then you can make it minus. I don't know if it's additive or multiplicative, by the way. If someone knows, please let me know down below, because I think that would really be nice. Because, again, I wasn't able to sit there and test everything that I want to with PvP. But I do want to mention, I did test this out. And shoutouts to DM Diablo Immortal. Or now DM Diablo 4 is what his channel is. Big shoutouts to him. I'll link him down below too, because I got to test some stuff with him in PvP. I want to know, can you permanently daze someone with Rogue? The answer is yes. It doesn't have some sort of like cooldown where like, oh, you already stunned this guy, you can't stun him again. Nah, you can daze him forever. Okay, so PvP might not be super balanced, but that's okay. There's also minus the potion healing amount, and you have plus 8 seconds to potion cooldown, so that's kind of a nerf to the potion. And then we have plus a minus minion/companion health. So any pet builds, you're going to be able to hopefully get rid of them quite fast, because you might accidentally target them. So that is the changes over here with the PvP. And then on top of that, I think I showed something else. Okay, another thing is you have to mark yourself. So you can open up the action wheel, and if you kill another player, it will actually give you a bonus. So it makes them drop all of their seeds that they were gathering. You can see over in like the top right, that's how many seeds I have. And then it's also going to be reducing our cooldowns by 10 seconds. So basically, it allows more potential to do 1v4s, which will be kind of cool to see if people are all grouped up and they're trying to turn in. You just kill all of them. You get to heal. You get extra cooldown reduction. It's going to be a blast for content creators if you're going to try to pull off 1v4s. I think that that'll be probably one of the most exciting things. And on top of that, there is another thing that I want to show you that you can buy, because there's multiple vendors. There's not only one vendor. So I want to show you guys what you can actually get with the vendor. So this one, I think, yeah, as you can see, oh, this is a good point. There's multiple altars of extraction. So if you're worried about like one person just camping you again and again, you could try to go turn into the top. And if he kills you over there, go way over to the bottom and try to turn in via the bottom. So you can see there's multiple areas. You can see one of the quests, I think, is to kill like the boss as well. If you kill the boss, you can get 5 Grim Favors. Again, turning them in gives you 3. When you just turn in any amount of seeds. Again, I guess I moused over that again. But yeah, all you need to do is just kill enemies. They're going to be dropping the seeds. And there are different hidden areas. Sometimes in these, there's little pockets. And if you are playing a rogue, you can set down a bunch of traps. I try not to use any of my cooldowns, because I was waiting for someone to come in. And I didn't want to use all my cooldowns while I was kind of, ready to fight the other person. I wanted all my cooldowns to be ready to go. So keep that in mind as well if you're doing PvP. You can just literally run around in circles. Most of the trash won't kill you. There is, however, I don't know if I have a screenshot of it, but there's I think it's a potion that you can take that makes so you take 30% reduction of damage from players, but you actually get a set of, you take more damage from the enemies, but you take less damage from players. So it's 30% damage reduction from players, but 30% more damage taken from the other enemies. But there is, again, another thing that you can actually get. So this is different. So what I'm showing you guys right here is the cosmetic reward. So this does not increase your horse's damage. It does not increase the horse's movement speed. These are just cosmetics. So I wish there was like a preview item on this. What was the first one item? It looks like it was like a box. So yeah, there are multiple vendors, so don't only think that there are, there's only one vendor to buy from. There's multiple. Okay, so you can see this is just a cosmetic trophy. Then there's the saddlebag. You can't view any of them, otherwise I would have done it for you guys, but you guys can see all of them. There is a horse that you can buy. It's the most expensive thing. There's multiple horses, multiple little things that you can attach to the horse. There's like a body, a corpse that you can put on. There's a skeleton. But the most expensive thing, if you were wondering what the most expensive thing was, it was the horse, which is 100,000. Now, I would recommend you guys, unless you have all perfect pieces of gear, don't buy on the horse. It does not give you more movement speed. It's just kind of like a flex thing that you wasted 100,000 when you could have used your 100,000 blood shards and rolled items just like Obels. Unless you have the best gear in the game, don't look for these cosmetics in the very beginning. Okay, you'll eventually get your gear, and then maybe you can think about getting these, because what else can you do with the blood shards? That's what you can do. So you can get cosmetics, you can get actual items, and yes, you can get legendaries off those items, and you can get other cosmetics. There's another vendor, I don't know if I have a gameplay of it, but all it really is just more other cosmetics that you can get from the game. Anyways, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. So basically, yeah, you kill things, you get shards, you turn them in. If you turn them in, you get to actually use them. If you do not turn in your shards, you cannot spend those shards, but they will drop when you die. So yeah, try not to die. Okay, anyways, that's going to wrap it up. If you guys have any questions about PvP, and I'll be dropping a lot more PvP gameplay content. It's just in the beta, like I said, it was just literally, we would just go up to this, it was just one guy over here, and we just, he didn't really want to fight. He tried right there with the ravens, but we killed him, we took his shards. That's basically PvP in a nutshell. But I'll give you guys proper good PvP. I'm going to be trying to do 1v4s and stuff like that. It's going to be a blast. But if you guys are new here and you want to see more PvP stuff in the future, subscribe to the bell, and if you have any questions on PvP, let me know down below, and I'll try to cover it in the next video. Anyways, take care. I'll see you in the next one. Check the pinned comment if you'd like to see more Diablo 4 videos.